Hello investors, I'm just Randy and I'm here with another video. We're going to be talking about ticker symbol ACTC or Proterra, which you can see on the screen, revolutionizing commercial vehicles. We're going to go through some of the news that has recently come out and why I believe this is a buy now. So you need to keep this on your radar. Tomorrow they're going to be talking about the infrastructure bill and they're going to be touching on climate change. We could see an immediate tick up of this ticker symbol specifically. So just a few reminders, if you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and give an early thumbs up. If you're an early investor and you have not yet signed up for an account, you can use either WeBull or Robinhood. I've got two of those links down below. If you deposit $100 into your account, you get 2 free stocks, I believe. Now that we have that out of the way, let's not delay anymore and let's get started. So the White House prepares a massive infrastructure bill. This probably isn't news to most of you, but tomorrow Biden is going to be sharing the details of the climate change measures, and that's what I'm focused on. Here in this paragraph, if we scroll down into this article, it talks about the proposed infrastructure component is expected to include $400 billion in spend to combat climate change, including $60 billion for infrastructure related to green transit and $46 billion for climate change related research and development. I'm thinking about the school bus and public transit infrastructure. As you can see here, the stock price, we've got it today. It opened, let's make sure this is refreshed. Today it opened at 1560. It had a high of 1595 and it was low as $15. And if we take a look at the 6-month chart, back here it was at $10.84. Then they had the SPAC announcement and you could see it went up to almost $30 and then down to around almost $16. And it's become pretty flat. What you want to do is get in front of the news when you're deciding when you want to get in on this play. So I think that this is a long range stock, and let's talk a little bit about the news that's come out recently. They just did a master service agreement with Redwood Materials. They entered a partnership to supply their batteries once they've exhausted all life of their batteries has been depleted. Then they have this infrastructure in place now to make sure that they can dispose of these batteries. So it's an important infrastructure to have on the lifespan of the vehicles. What's important about this is they are going to be able to get cheaper cost of materials back from Redwood after they finish the recycling process. So there's been a steep decline on the cost of batteries, and with this relationship with Redwood, they would be able to procure raw materials from this process that would poise them to reach some of their targets by the time they expect this growth of annual sales to happen that they've got projected in their slides to 2025. So I just wanted to be clear that this article is not about selling batteries to Redwood, but it's the process by which they are recycling used batteries, that they're creating this infrastructure, that they understand that this ramp up is going to happen and that they're going to need this in place. If you didn't already know that Chamath has made this one of his biggest investments in climate change at the beginning of the year. This is older news. You can see it's dated January 12th, but this is one of the most respected investors with Cathie Woods. Most of you are familiar with Chamath and Cathie Woods, so it's important to not only bring up the fact that he believes strongly in the growth sector here, but as most of you are already aware, he tweeted out this investment thesis, so feel free to take a look at that. And then in the investor place, there was an article done, and this is a little bit older, but at the time when the SPAC merger and Chamath released his commitment to invest and that this was going to be one of his largest investments. This ran up to almost $30, which we looked at the chart, settled down to about $24. Now it's at $15 and was by some analysts perceived for a valuation. It should have been 36% higher at that time, as you can see down here. So is this a good buy now? I believe so. With the extent of this business's market share of having 50% of the market share, which you can see in this article, they have already established 550 electric buses to date. They have 750 million in booked orders. And that's the only piece that really concerns me. Having looked through their investor presentation, which many people have done a video video on already, I want to make sure that they have the infrastructure built not only in California and on the East Coast. They have 2 locations and they just created a battery facility to massively produce these batteries. But what I want to see is that they're going to be able to keep up with booked orders. So having a backlog is not a good thing. I know some people are taking a look at the $750 million worth of booked orders. I look at it as, are they able to keep up with the demand as they get it? Because if not, then the demand will go to the competition. And that's not what we want to see. So it's really important to look at this company as a whole and what they offer. So this infrastructure like we're talking about, and we read for climate change, they have 75 kilowatt chargers all the way to 1.5 megawatt chargers. And you can see that they are focused on up to 40 buses being able to charge at a station all the way down to 4. And this takes anywhere from 2 to 8 hours. But just as a summary on this video, because I want to keep it short, I want to make sure we get it out today. This is a buy on my radar. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, but at $15, you might want to wait in the morning dip, see if it gets low down below $15.50 or $15, but I would capture some shares. I don't think the price is going to stay this low for that long. This is a long-term buy. You want to be committed to this stock through 2025, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give an early thumbs up, and give me some feedback on the video that you would like to see next. The last thing I wanted to say was thank you so much for the support and the views on the last video for NNOX. Nanox, I know everybody's waiting for that FDA approval. Got over 1,000 views. We've got 53 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support on the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.